even though it's okay. We got Gluttony, of course, and Shogun, another Japanese player. Gluttony, of course, coming all the way from Europe. We've seen this man plenty of times between Summit and so many other amazing tournaments that happen over there. This guy has put Wario on the map alongside Tweak, especially at the very start of Ultimate. But Gluttony honestly doing the most work with this character. At first, I thought this was a button check with the way that Gluttony was just spamming up airs just on the opposite side of the stage. But it looks like I was fooled because Shogun finally decides to approach the grenades, and that's when Gluttony decided to actually start playing.
Yeah, Gluttony is such an amazing player who just recently, remember there was an event that actually happened overseas where he was able to get a win over the Buzz, a player who is so hard for many to actually find. He's like the gatekeeper, you know, the moment you get a chance to actually beat him, you have that rite of passage as a top player. You earned your chops. But right here, we have Gluttony who, a lot of people, wait.
No, but it did not get Snake out of the Nikita. I mean, that was an amazing attempt for him nonetheless. And we're talking about Gluttony, but let's talk about Shogun out here. Probably the best Snake in Japan, and probably the only Snake matchup that a lot of these top Japanese players really get to experience. Shogun out here actually coming to CEO. I don't know if anybody remembers, but Shogun's actually was a Smash 4 Fox player back in the day where he was also ranked on the PGR there. Although not ranked on the Ultimate PGR, he was ranked in Smash 4, and he had a lot of notable wins, such as on Abadongo and Wadi and Choco and all that stuff. So this is definitely a man that you cannot be sleeping on, but Gluttony is not sleeping on this man. He's clapping this man.
Don't sleep on mans. I'll tell you right now, yo, this guy is so good. And right now, Gluttony, though, showing that he has absolutely no fear. Focused on trying to find a way to actually, there it is. He finds those openings, and whenever he sees Snake trying to put out those grenades, he doesn't want to quite run into them, right? He wants to see if there's opportunities where he can actually land a clean hit without an explosion happening. He'll go for it. But sometimes, as you can see right there, you can get hit. Big combo right there from Gluttony, though.
The man's said, all right, pull my finger right now because you are out into the blast zone. And that's what I love to see from Gluttony too. He has a lot of fun with this character, but that C4 hitbox goes right below the platform and actually blowing him up into the depths, into the skies, but not going to take the stock just yet.
I'm very impressed, though, just seeing how creative Gluttony is with his movement, even though it can be difficult for Wario to deal with characters that have just better hitboxes than him that keep him out, or even projectiles, right? And yet, he still manages to find the openings. And are we going to see, okay, down throw, but Shogun just manages to stand up. He uses the appropriate DI, does not want to get knocked down.
Yeah, that, and he actually pulls out grenade just to see what Gluttony was going to do right there. For sometimes when you get a little too aggressive and you land on your opponent, especially against Snake with a grenade in his hand on his shield, you know you're going to be taking 10.8%.
Nice. He knows his percents right there, getting that F tilt immediately. And Gluttony shaking his hand a little bit right there, just making sure that he can just go in there straight focused with. And now Gluttony keeping his opponent in the air. Jungle situation. You see whenever he ejects right there from the bike, he goes quite high. So that could be another way for him to follow his opponent to the sky when he goes for the Cypher.
Oh, that was amazing DI from Shogun. Getting back from that, but getting slapped. That hit so far below the ledge.
Perfect timing right there by Gluttony just to make sure to get that edge guard. And now he's only one game away. Remember, guys, the volatility of 2 out of 3 situations here when it comes to Smash Brothers. At least we do have the added benefit this year, Vicky, of 3 stock matches. I know it was a point of contention here with a lot of people in the Smash community between Europe and like the Americas, where we would say we were, you know, we
running
were
2 stock
we wanted
in
2
Smash
stock,
4.
and then they wanted like 3 stock. Yeah, just going back and forth. And we even had teams like Zyro who wanted 3 stock as well down in, I think, Houston.
Yeah, Texas ran 3 stock probably, if not the whole time for Smash 4, but like a good portion of it.
Some ports of, it was definitely an interesting place, but I'm happy that people were able to see that this game can definitely be ran with 3 stock. But yeah, Gluttony, though, going back to that last match, seeing the way he was using the bike to be able to give him a wall, right? Something that would allow him to close the distance between him and Snake, regardless of the myriad of projectiles that he has at his disposal. Shogun right here, making sure that he's primed and ready going into the second match. Has the gamer lean, looking straight into the TV, and we're going to go into game 2. Shogun versus Gluttony, a battle of France and Japan, happening again on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Yeah, Shogun's doing such a good job at just keeping Gluttony in check, but Gluttony's doing just an even better job at realizing what he needs to do to over-adapt around these grenade problems, because, you know, you can't be landing on Snake's shield, especially when he's holding onto grenades, and I feel like that's what Gluttony's doing. He's playing extremely patient and waiting for the proper moment to go in on Shogun.
Yes, and right here, Gluttony looking for that bike. He's just hanging out, okay? Manages to get his opponent in the air right here. Shogun going for that quick double jump and just litters the ground with a Cypher. Did he just eat the grenade? Yeah.
He just ate the grenade. That took forever. Like, the actual, like, animation of him taking it in was a while.
Uh-oh, and that bike, you don't want to deal with it. I guess he was probably trying to go for it like an empty jump bite, but then managed to just eat the grenade right there, which can be unfortunate. Oh, bike is nowhere to be found. He's going to have to wait a little bit for it to respawn so that he can use it in battle against Shogun.
Oh, predicting that he was going to roll forward right there. Gluttony knowing better, rolling back.
Hanging back right here, keeping it safe, rolling. Nope.
Oh, if he just waited just slightly longer, he would have been able to get that.
It's a little bit too fast, and here's the bike. Right off stage, though. Okay, you have to watch out for that. A lot of Snake mains are usually trying to preempt those up tilts, but it looked like Gluttony just got the quickest punish on that whiff, and that gave him a good opportunity to just try to capitalize on the landing of Shogun to get that back air.
Yeah, Gluttony's doing a really good job at actually just catching Shogun in the air with these back airs, knowing that Shogun is not just necessarily trying to go for a mix-up recovery up high in the middle of the stage, but rather DIing into the stage whenever he gets sent off stage, and Gluttony's just ready for him every time.
Yep, and right now we're looking like we're in a very good position for Gluttony to get ready for a waft combo very soon, as a decent amount of time has already elapsed. We have his opponent here, Shogun, at 85%. It's not going to be looking pretty if he can get a combo. You just saw the indicator.
Yep.
I'm scared.
The waft is on deck now, and avoiding that Nikita, despite the C4 being there, that's going to be a forward tilt. And you were talking about it, D1. Shogun knows his percents. He knows what he could do out of that down throw. Whether he's not at 160 or he's at 145, we're going to see either a forward tilt or an up tilt from Snake.
Yep, and it almost looked like Shogun forgot the bike was coming back down right there, getting hit as he went for the neutral. But here it is, charging in, being very aggressive here is Gluttony. He sees that he is flashing. He is ready to see if he can possibly get like an up tilt, maybe even to a waft. Right now the percents are getting rather high though. Okay. Tech chase, nice.
He can be getting to the point at this moment where maybe Gluttony wants to hold on to this for the third stock. He sees how Shogun's playing and bringing this back. He does get the down air.
Yeah, and I thought we were about to actually see the down air into the waft, which is a confirm that Wario can go for.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he's just trying to be more reserved for his waft here.
If anything, to allow him to get the last stock off of Shogun, to guarantee it, so he can get a 2-0 victory. You're right about that one, Vicky.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Shogun here is at 142, now at 150, getting blown up by his own grenade. That's what you call friendly fire right there.
Let's
See
go.
him using the Nikita to mix up his own landing, and now he is at his last stock, but you know who else is almost at their last stock is Gluttony, using that bike actually to help cover himself. You saw Shogun go for that down throw. Oh my, the jab one, it's a down throw. Okay, Shogun evening this out real quick.
Yes, but even though he was able to get that guaranteed up tilt off of that down throw, right now, Gluttony's in a very good position to get a guaranteed combo into a waft. He's trying to make it happen.
Oh, he does want to make this happen.
So yes, overshooting these neutral airs, it's a very scary tool to deal with. Trying to see if he can find his way to get out of that second hit. Okay, here it is again. Gluttony, he's on the charge, gets the bike.
And I love in moments like this, you see Gluttony playing extremely patient until moments where he has the waft where he just goes in. He gets really aggressive to try to get these conversions into the waft.
Yep, he's creating these openings right now. Okay, forcing him to recover high. Wanted to get the up air, but it looks like Shogun got a trade that was favorable for him.
And this is super important, the up tilt into the